country in the world has its own Independence Day. This is the day to commemorate a certain glorious event in history. Why the Independence Day is important to Americans. July 1st is considered America's birthday. It's also known as Independence Day. A long time ago, on July 1st, 1776, the Declaration of Independence was adopted. They had been working on this for a couple of days after the draft was submitted on July 2nd and finally agreed on all of the edits and changes. The earliest formal draft of the Declaration of the Independence written by Thomas Jefferson, offering all the reasons why the country should be free. On June 11, 1776, Congress appointed a committee of 5 consisting of George Livingstone, George Sherman, Benjamin Franklin, and John Adams to draft the declaration. This declaration committee operated from June 11, 1776 until July 5, 1776, the day on which the declaration was published. The declaration has significant meanings when in the course of human events, the words that open the declaration convey a sense of epic significance. It declares the course of America's separation from Britain from a distant respect to the opinions of mankind. The Americans' decision to assume a separate and equal station among the powers of the earth were indeed a historic event. To present, Americans controls so strongly individualism. The next paragraph started with a long sentence that began, "We hold the truth to be scattered and undeniable," until someone but has Franklin substituted self-evidence for its last 3 words. That sentence restated several basic political principles widely shared by Americans of the time, that all men were created equal, that to protect the rights of man created government, whose power gene is that.
It signifies the fundamental meaning of this nation. The American Revolution remains unique in human history, a revolution and a nation founded on a moral principle, the principle of individual rights. Jefferson at Philadelphia and Washington at Valley Forge.
In the Declaration, Jefferson wrote that if a government does not protect the rights of citizens, people have the right to form a new government. He listed many ways that Britain had not served the colonies. For example, that the King Roche had tried to take away rights and force tax on colonies. Jefferson saw that the colonies had the right to separate from the king and have their own government. The Constitution and the Bill of Rights lacked sweeping statements about rights and equality, and advocates of groups with grievances turned to the Declaration for support. Starting in the 1820s, variations of the Declaration were issued to proclaim the rights of workers, farmers, women, and others. Alternative Declaration of Independence Day by labor groups, farmers, women rights advocates, socialists, and blacks, 1929 and 1975. In 1848, for example, the Seneca Falls Convention of Women's Rights advocates declares that all men and women are created equal. Today, Americans continue the quest for equality and happiness for all thanks to the values rooted on that day, and that's why Americans love to celebrate their Independence Day. To sum up, U.S. is one of the countries more concerned about democracy and human rights, and its Declaration of Independence is the most obvious evidence. Therefore, a lot of countries all over the world exported and imitated the virtue of the Declaration of the United States.